Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It should be Friday by the time this video is out. I'm going to try and get it out right away here. But we have a content bomb red alert for you guys here. The Legends social media pages dropped an absolute nuke worth of content and information in their recent video here. And on a side note, I wanted to bring this up in case anyone wanted to be a super tester. I will leave this link down below. You get to test all the new ships and such. Now, of course, there is heavy NDA, non-disclosure agreement there where you can't talk about it, but it's fun to do from the people that have done it previously and what I've heard. But alas, this is what we have to talk about here. The Legends Facebook page and all of their social media dropped this absolute nuke here this morning. And, well, let's just go ahead and play a little bit of it. As you guys know, the Christmas update is on its way. And as always, there is a mass amount of crates. And let's take a look at those.
Crates a few times now, so let's take a closer look at them.
This year, well, thank you.
Santa has prepared some mysterious crates full of secrets waiting to be unraveled.
As always, there will be crates, and they look pretty good this year. And, of course, that's probably what most of your drops are going to look like. However, there is some decent drops in this upcoming update. And, yeah, I'll let this gentleman here talk about a few of them.
Not to mention their legends, like Jean Bar, Lenin, Ohio, and many, many others.
And that is when this video took quite the turn for me,
mystery of these crates is
as, of course, there's always typically an event ship in this update, and this one, this year,
British legendary tier battleship Incomparable.
Incomparable!
Of the largest guns in the game,
with some 508mm guns. This thing is gonna be insane. Now, of course, you only get 6 of them, and we have to test this ship out before we just say that this thing is the most broken thing in the game. But basically think ultimate overmatch. 508, and I'm not even sure what that calculation is, but yes, while the Yamato can overmatch pretty much everything else, this is a British battle cruiser, essentially. You can see it looks very similar to the hood, and we're going to review its stats here in just a moment. But 508mm guns are going to do an absolute metric shit ton of damage. They will be the largest caliber in the game, and I'm super excited to try this. So I wasn't expecting that, but what I was expecting, of course, was the Marceau, but I was also expecting the Aki. If you guys remember in my video yesterday, I said that this will probably be the event ship. Well, it looks like we're going to have 2. I don't know if this will be purely event or purely crates. I really hope it's not, but you guys know Wargaming. If they're giving away a free legendary ship, 2 or 3 of these are going to be like hard sells, meaning the Aki or the Incomparable. They're going to be purely crates. But yeah, this is the rest of the video here. I will link the video. There's also some really nice camos as well as some guaranteed rewards. But I think you're gonna have to unlock some crates, inner crates, and then you will of course get the ships. I need full details yet, unless they described it how it will work in this video. Please be aware of that. Again, it's probably going to cost anywhere from $100 to $200 of outright money in terms of spending it for crates and such, just to get, you can see right here, 45,000 doubloons for the Mystic Lantern. And I'm sure that will assure you, X number of ships, or at least one of the ships, but just be aware of that. But let's go ahead and look at the stats of the Incomparable here. The Incomparable! Yeah, the British Special Premium Tier 10 battleship. When Admiral Fisher returned to the post of the First Sea Lord in 1915, the leadership of the British Navy was faced with the issue of landing troops on the German Baltic coast. It was planned that the Russian troops would cover the operation, and this required ships with the largest guns possible. Light battle cruisers, Courageous, Furious, and Glorious, were built within this concept, while the Incomparable, armed with the world's largest 508mm guns, was to represent its further. So I'm guessing it is basically the, not the predecessor. These ships were the predecessor to this ship. But yeah, 508mm guns with a 28-second reload. Of course, you only get 6 of them, but with the amount of damage that they do, yeah, they should be putting a hurt in. 55% fire chance with a 7,000 Citadel worth and a 20,000 AP Citadel worth. So they do look really slow. 750 is pretty slow there, but they did mention decent concealment, and with a 33 knot top speed, you should be putting yourself in some tricky situations here. Also, seeing as these ships are the battlecruiser line, or perceivably the battlecruiser line, you also get torpedoes. So 62 knot speed, 10-kilometer range with a 96-second reload time. I'm sure it'll be similar to the Hawk and others, of that line, where you get one or two of the squiggly pattern that come out from the bow or similar angles. But pros and cons: access to aviation facilities compared to Conqueror and Thunder. I don't know what that means. But yeah, ability to overmatch 32mm plating, which is standard for all battleships. Access to single launch torpedo tubes, as I said. The ability to use hydroacoustic search and engine boost. Highest per shell AP alpha damage in the game. Access to specialized repair teams found on the higher tier British cruisers and battleships. Accurate main battery with a 2.0 Sigma. Excellent concealment. So yeah, this thing is going to be absolutely nasty. I dare say OP, because I know people are going to be like, oh, well, it's OP. What do we need? I think it's going to be fine. These ships, if you shoot them, they sink pretty much all the same. Okay. Cons: low barrel count, 6 rifles there. I forget. I got into an argument about. I said 2-gun destroyer, and someone was like, "Well, no, it's 4 because there's 2." And I'm like, when we're talking about that, right? We're talking about turret mounts or rifles, and this guy just wasn't having it. But anyway, lightly armored, easily damaged by small caliber fire, slow shell flight time, worse torpedo protection at the tier, and poor range. So you're going to have to get in close, but that is the play style of these ships. So I'm excited to try that. Now, I couldn't find the wiki page for the Aki here, but basically this is a Yamato, a hybrid Yamato. So we have the hybrid Montana in terms of the Louisiana. Now we have the hybrid Yamato here. So this thing looks pretty nasty. Now, in this video, it did mention torpedo planes. However, on this wiki website, it does, so it mentions torpedo planes. So it says stretching Yamato's guns and 12 torpedoes per airstrike. But here it mentions HE bombs. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be torpedoes, as they said in the video, so slightly different than that. I can't imagine they're going to make it super Yamato with planes, but only time will tell. I don't absolutely love these ships. I think they're a little bit cheesy sometimes, just the way that they're played. It's really difficult if you're in a close or middle range engagement there, and someone just drops an airstrike that does 20k, 30k on you. It does teach you to move and not sit at the back of the map, but in certain situations, it's just really, really frustrating to deal with. Now, that being said, it does take some skill and a little bit of skill at least to drop them correctly and predict and such. And once you know, kind of how to dodge them after you get nailed the first, 1 or 2 times, you can fairly easily avoid those drops there. But other than that, I'm really excited for this update. So there's a golden camo for it, but yeah, I don't know, tons of content, as well as a few buffs and nerfs. But I'm excited for this. I will, let you guys know as soon as we get them. Try to get my first look videos out as soon as possible. And let me know what you guys are excited about. This, anything else, or just these 2 ships. That's my main excitement, as well as the Rhode Island and Sevastopol. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Have a great weekend, man. I will be probably drinking heavily tomorrow, if I get this video out Friday, for the Ohio State versus that team up north. So go